My uncle is getting married. Can you recall the last time you attended a wedding? Oh, a few smiles here. Our whole family will get to fly from France to New York for the occasion. So here we are now, in the plane, flying over the ocean. Picture this, hours over the ocean. And for the 8-year-old I was at the time, this was beauty and infinity. As you will discover later, I have a connection with water. Maybe it's because I'm a frog. I'm now about 12. I'm in my room reading a scientific magazine for teenagers. And this particular issue talks about solo sailors that travel around the world. And I'm struck by a comment. I don't need to look at my instruments to know how far I am from the shore. I know by the amount of pollution that surrounds my ship. I struggle to process what I just read. How is it even possible that we've been polluting such a wide space? This started my journey in care and compassion. Since then, we've added 5 plastic continents to this planet. And some are massive, several times the size of France. And there are around 9 million people dying of air pollution alone every year. This is what we're facing. As I've just described, most of the climate change discourse is doom and gloom. I find it dark and very disempowering. I'm not saying what scientists predict will not happen. I'm just stating that the narrative robs people of their power to act and change. Don't you just feel like burying your head in the sand? However, I like to look at the silver lining of the cloud. We can see that our current model doesn't work any longer. We have deeply damaged the planet. We have broken the social contract. But the beauty of this moment is that we can start thinking and acting on what we want next, designing today a better world for tomorrow. So I see now all those challenges as an opportunity to do better, to build a better world in respect to the planet and the people. When I opened my first design studio, my clients and I started by designing products that were elegant and profitable. We integrated design with marketing and a business model. As we moved into more care and compassion, we added environmental design methodologies. So we built products that were elegant, profitable, and sustainable, lowering as much as possible their impact on the environment. Then for the last 10 years, we've been focused on design for the triple bottom line: people, planet, profit. These are products that can be dismantled easily and that are made with material that can be used over and over again. On top of that, they have a positive social impact. And I foresee the next step will be regenerative design. Design that will give back more than it takes. And this new vision will help heal the planet and heal our current social challenges by empowering everyone involved in the design process. But you may ask, why am I so excited by this future and the current design for the triple bottom line? Because of this number. 80% of the impact of a product or service is set at the design stage. So by thinking about the global impact right at the start, we can really make a difference. So I'd like to invite all of you on this journey. You can start today and make a better choice when you make a purchase. I'd like to invite designers, entrepreneurs, CEOs, investors. We can make wiser choices today too. The power of this idea resides in combining the two. Leaders making better choices and consumers supporting those new and better options. And by working together, we can create the necessary shift and design a better world. Do you still feel overwhelmed and you can't do anything? Do you still feel maybe alone? After all, in all the recent movies, it seems that you need to be a superhero to save the world. I would like to offer a different perspective, a different narrative. Maybe we have the power to change. Maybe you have the power to make choices today that will impact tomorrow for the better. Dashrath Manjhi was born in Bihar, India. Sadly, his wife passed away because she couldn't get to the next village in time to receive proper medical attention. So the very next day, he took a hammer and a chisel and started cutting a path in a mountain separating the two villages. 22 years later, the journey to the next village is only 15 kilometers versus 50. A lifesaver. Jadav Payeng planted a forest of several thousand of trees, all by himself in India, providing an oasis for hundreds of animals. And that took him 37 years. So you see, you can have an impact. Yet, I have learned that sometimes the impact of our actions will not land where we expect. When I was 22, I was living and working in the French Alps in Savoie. Every day, I would drive past a stunningly beautiful lake. In the morning, I would see a golden sunrise reflecting in a glassy surface of the lake. Every evening, I was treated to an equally incredible sunset. Every single day, I drove this very familiar road and was treated to a unique and picture postcard scene, truly magnificent. One particular evening, just when the sun had gone down, it was raining and bitterly cold. A white sedan just in front of me started overtaking a long truck. As I knew the road very well, I felt a jolt of adrenaline in my chest, as I knew that the two lanes will soon end and that the car won't be able to make it. Too late, the driver of the sedan realized it too, tried to brake, but flew at full speed into the concrete curb, bounced high into the air, hit the cabin truck well over 2 meters high, and with a sickening crash, fell back on the road, bounced along twice before splashing upside down into the lake. It looks like a Hollywood movie, except that when you see it in person, it feels all too real. I screeched to a halt beside the lake, facing my headlamp to the scene. I quickly waved to the oncoming traffic to seek help, and then I ran down into the freezing water. I tried to open the doors, but they were locked, and the water pressure was too strong anyway. No matter how hard I tried, I could not open that car. I couldn't even see how many people were inside, as it was too dark. The car was sinking and being pulled away from the shore by the currents, and I was trying my best to help the people inside. I tried punching the windows, kicking the windows, even using a stone from the lake, but nothing would work. My body started giving in to the intense cold of the water. My legs were frozen, and I couldn't even feel my hands anymore. But I couldn't stop trying because the car was now almost totally submerged. After 20 minutes of desperation, the firemen arrived, and one of them came to assist me. With a tool, he opened the doors, and we carefully removed the bodies of the elderly couple looking incredibly peaceful in death. I took one to the shore, and he took the other one. I was terrified, cold, tired, and in shock. I felt completely devastated at the thought of those two strangers. I tried my best too, but just couldn't help. I felt I had failed them in their most desperate hour. I used to think, I'm a creative, I can solve any problem, but this one had been too big for me. I felt totally flat. And I was even questioning everything about my calling. Four weeks later, I was still feeling very numb about the incident, but I had gone back to work. I was attending a board meeting in Lyon and I arrived early. Another board member, a tall, slender, well-dressed French lady with short black hair, approached me and suggested we have a conversation near the windows away from the main group of people. She looked straight at me and whispered, "My great-uncle and great-aunt died 4 weeks ago. They were in a car accident in a lake in Savoie." I burst out crying with 4 weeks of frustration and sadness pouring out of me. "I am so sorry, I tried everything, there was nothing I could do." She looked straight at me, smiled warmly, and said, "I know, that's not why I'm sharing this. According to the medical report, they lost consciousness at the very first impact and did not realize they were drowning. Plus, the water was so very cold, they may not have felt anything. I just wanted to say thank you for trying, for being there with them at that special moment. They were not alone. Someone cared for them." So, there were not two strangers, and maybe I did have an impact. Maybe we are more closely related than we think. Maybe our actions and intentions are not lost but bear fruit somewhere. So you can have an impact too. Today, tomorrow, choose to help, choose to care, choose compassion. Get involved with companies and organizations that work for the greater good. Just like ants come together in times of flood to create a raft so that all can survive, we can create and design a better world. Because all we need is 2 hands and a big heart. Thank you.